As a highway maintenance contractor, Ledcor Highway Maintenance has 11 yards that store salt and sand mix in contained facilities. With potential environmental hazards, including risk of salt spillage, salt tracking, and off-site release that impact surrounding vegetation and groundwater, Ledcor's goal was to mitigate the risk of salt contamination and prevent the chronic increase of salt concentration. The historical approach in mitigating salt contamination risks is to monitor salt content and develop remediation plans as required. With sustainability being integral to Ledcor's values and environmental protection being one of the pillars within sustainability, Ledcor took a proactive approach by redesigning its yards to incorporate engineered controls as a long-term solution. Consulting with adjacent property owners, engineering consultants, Ledcor subject matter experts, and Alberta Environmental and Parks, AEP, Ledcor updated its environmental management plan to focus on preventative measures such as changing traffic flow to isolate contaminated areas, updating salt loading and handling procedures, keeping contaminated snow within the yard in storage tanks or containment ponds. As Ledcor moved forward with its updated plan, it was determined that upgraded yards would mitigate negative impacts. These upgrades included paving areas at risk of contamination to make the ground impermeable to salt, grading the ground with an inward slope to keep contaminated water within the yard, installing drainage which would divert clean water and capture contaminated water with a catch basin and sump system with above-ground storage tanks, and finally, recirculating contaminated water to produce salt brine. Where paving to provide an impermeable layer is a standard industry practice, the installation of a drainage collection and recirculation system exceeded industry standard and regulatory requirements. These upgrades provide additional sustainable environmental protection and reduce the risk of future contamination. Currently, 2 of Ledcor's 11 yards are upgraded, and the monitoring to trend salt construction data is ongoing. With the Alberta government and AEP increasing regulatory industry standards, Ledcor elected to take a proactive approach and lead with best practices and plans to upgrade all its yards.